And welcome back to Take One Gaming. This is Ash, and in today's video I'm going to go over my top 3 characters with the Gladiator tag. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, please do. It really helps out the channel. Click the notification bell right next to it and turn on all notifications. That way you are alerted when I upload more Dragon Champions videos. First, as you can see, I hit level 80, finally. So let's take a look at the Gladiator tag. So as you can see, you only have 9 different gladiators that you can farm. And I'll talk about the top 3, I think, with the tags that they have and what tournaments and events that they're good in. First, I'm going to start with 2 honorary mentions. First one being Mortha. She is really easy to gear up to gear 10. As you can see, I was surprised at how easy she was to gear. She'll help you out with your Soleus unlock, so it was a really easy gear. I would just gear her up just because she has the Gladiator tag, and you're going to need her for Soleus. Next one, let's talk about the next honorary mention, Mega Wheel. Mega Wheel, he's the only defender that is a Gladiator 2, and the demons will be used to unlock General Murdoch. So I threw him in there just for an honorary mention. Same thing with Mortha. Like I said, Mortha was so easy to gear. You might as well do it because you're going to need her for Soleus. And right now, Mega Wheel, I think, is the only defender that is a demon. And you'll need the demons to unlock General Murdoch. And here's number 3 on my list. It is Revel. Revel has the Clan, Pride, Fighter, Warrior, Gladiator, and Leader tags. And I'm sure at some point Pride is going to be used for a legendary event. His AoE DPS is awesome. You pair him up with Snorri, who can also inflict bleeding, and those two make a devastating duo. So we'll go over his skills real quick. His basic is Rupture, deals 240% of physical damage to an enemy and inflicts bleeding for 2 turns. That's what you want. You want to get the bleeds. His AoE is Swipe, deals 240% of physical damage to all enemies. His Eviscerate deals 400% of physical damage to an enemy, and if the target is bleeding, you recover 75% of turn meter, which is awesome. Bloodlust, Revel deals 20% more damage for each stack of bleeding on enemies. So if the enemy has bleeding from Revel and Snorri, you're going to do some huge damage. And let's look at his leadership. One with the Pride. All allies from the Pride gain 30% of their maximum health and a 50% chance to restore 1 turn of a random ability at the start of their turn. And next on my list, number 2, I have Mar. So Mar has the clans Orc, Fighter, Warrior, Gladiator tags. Awesome AoE DPS. You need the Orcs for Soleus anyway, so you're going to work on Mar just to get Soleus. So this will hurt as his basic, deals 240 to 300% of physical damage to an enemy. His AoE is called This Will Hurt. Real Bad, deals 220% of physical damage to all enemies. If the ability deals at least 4 critical hits, its cooldown is reset. That is just great when that happens. Rage gains a damage increase, a crit chance increase, and a critical damage increase for 2 turns, and you recover 50% of turn meter. And his passive ability is Ouch. Mar deals 1% more damage for each 2% of his missing health. And number 1 on my list for top gladiators is Ember. Ember has the Order, Panda, Fighter, Mage, and Gladiator tags. Let's go over her skills real quick. Basic ability deals 250% of magic damage to an enemy. A burn target will receive 300% of magic damage instead. And Meteor deals 400% of magic damage to an enemy and stuns the target for 1 turn. Next up, we have Spirit of Junaio. deals 250% of magic damage to all enemies, so it's her AoE, and you have a 70% chance to inflict burning for 2 turns, 30% chance to remove all buffs from enemies. Use your AoE, and you have a 70% chance to inflict burning, and then if you go back and use her basic, you would deal 300% of magic damage versus 250% of magic damage. And her passive ability is Vivifying Flame. For each burning stack on enemies, Ember recovers 6% health at the start of each turn. So those are my top 3 gladiators. Now I'm going to go over the upcoming and past tournaments just to show you how critical the gladiator tag is in the game. First, I want to talk about one of the most important events in my opinion, and that's the Gladiator Duel. So, Gladiator Duel, you will get all 3 types of scrolls. Depending on which tier you can complete, you'll get more scrolls. The next event will be January 30th through the 31st, and then February 29th through March 1st. So, like if you want to do tier 4, you need 4 gladiators, all at 4 stars or higher. Tier 5, you need 5 gladiators at 5-star or higher. And then mission 6, you need your 5 gladiators, and they all have to be 6 stars or higher. And then for tier 7, you need your 5 gladiators, with all of them being 7 stars. So as you go up in the tiers, you're going to be getting more of a reward, and this happens each month. So I would place the gladiators towards the top of my to-do list. And so I'll talk about some of the upcoming tournaments that the gladiators can be used in. Be sure to go check out the beadragonchampion.info website. That's where I'm getting the information on the tournaments. So it is beadc.info, and I'll put a link to it in the description of this video. So upcoming tournament, we have Pigs Disappear at Noon, which you will be able to get the blue ability scrolls. So as you can see, Eric Shieldbreaker is a required character, and he is a gladiator. And also there's a mage tag, which Ember, another gladiator, could be used for. Ember was number 1 on my list. Great DPS. So Pigs Disappear at Noon will be coming up, and blue ability scrolls, which everyone needs, will be the reward. Next up, we have and the Epic Potency Rune Tournament, January 18th through the 21st. And you can see Eric Shieldbreaker is needed. He's a gladiator, and you need another gladiator and 2 dragon slayers. So you could use Eric Shieldbreaker as the character required and one of the gladiators. So you'd have him, 1 other gladiator, and 2 dragon slayers, and then 1 extra character you could fill in, or you could use Eric Shieldbreaker, 2 dragon slayers, and 2 gladiators. And so this is for the Epic Potency Rune tournament that's going to be coming up. And then let's look at the Epic Speed Runes, which will be January 23rd through January 26th. And the Speed Runes, you're going to need Puncherface. And then the other tags required are 2 mages and 2 warriors. Puncherface is a warrior, so he would take one of those spots. And you could actually use Ember for the mage and the warrior tag. I believe she has both. All the gladiators have the warrior tag as well, except for Mega Wheel and Mortha. Just like Galaxy of Heroes, speed is a big factor, especially for Arena. So next up, we have the Epic Health Rune Tournament. That one, it was a past event. So as you can see here, Salvador is needed, 2 Pride, 2 Gladiators. So you could use Revel as a Pride and a Gladiator, and that would take up 2 of the tags needed. And Salvador would be, so it'd be 2 characters, and then you just need 1 Pride and 1 Gladiator, so that'd be 4, and you'd have 1 extra spot open. And so for that was for the Epic Health Rune Tournament. And Clan's Artillery, you need Sergeant Pigwald and Rantha. And then you need 2 orcs, 2 goblins. So Rantha will take up 1 orc spot. Pigwald will take up 1 goblin spot. And the other orc spot could be given to Mar, since he's a gladiator, so you're going to be working on him anyway. And so the Clan's Artillery, that one was for blue ability scrolls as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Gladiators are a big part of this game. I would suggest farming them and making them a priority. Your blue scrolls, your runes, just even in the upcoming tournaments and some of the past tournaments, you can see that the gladiators do make up a big part of it, especially for those blue ability scrolls. Those things are so hard to get, and as soon as you get them, pretty much you use them. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that subscribe button, click the bell icon right next to it, and turn on all notifications. Leave me a comment down below. Please like the video, and have a good day or night wherever you may be, and I will see you in the next video.